This is Jack from Alpha Charts with a state of the market video. Today is July 16th, 2022. Before we get started, this video is for informational purposes only. These are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any stock or security. And I may hold positions in some of the equities mentioned. Know your time frame and risk tolerance. Also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do that right now. Again, really does help me. I appreciate everyone that has subscribed and liked my videos. It gets help. I really do appreciate that. So thank you very much. And if you haven't, go ahead and do that right now. Helps me keep making these videos and keeps me engaged. And so I really do appreciate it. A couple of announcements before we get started. Where should we start here? Let's start with some Trader Lion stuff. First off, the conference 2 days are down. If you guys haven't done, it's a completely free conference. If you go to Trader Lion /annual trading conference or go to their YouTube channel, you just click on the link. I believe they have it right there. Completely free. Amazing first 2 days. Learned a lot from these guys and gals. And today starts day 3 at 9 o'clock on Saturday morning. I will be talking on day 4. But again, I'm going to be in this both these days, all days, because I want to learn from these people as well. These are some of the best in the business. So I'm really excited for this conference. Again, today, Saturday and Sunday tomorrow, and I'll be speaking tomorrow at 4:20. Just so you know my topics, I am going to explain my state of the market, what I'm actually looking for with each thing. A lot of people have asked me to do this, so this was a good platform for me to do it at. So that's the first part. Then I'm going to go over how I do my top-down approach, and then I'm going to be going and showing a bottoms-up approach. So there's really 3 parts to my talk tomorrow. On the bottoms-up approach, I'll be sharing 3 new scans, FinViz scans, that I haven't shown before that I use every day. And I think you guys are really going to like that. So please go ahead and tune in. Hope to see you guys in the room and ask me questions. I'll be taking questions throughout as well. So it should be a lot of fun. That's one thing. Second thing is sticking with the Trader Lion. They have a Stan Weinstein masterclass coming up. Stan Weinstein, I don't know if you guys see this. He's the guy that wrote the book, right, on stage analysis. So, I mean, how amazing is it to be able to learn from a primary source? So if it's something that intrigues you, check out, again, traderlion.com. Again, the guy is just, pretty amazing. Again, guy wrote the book, which, again, one of my top 3 trading books out there is this one right here. So again, really excited to learn from a primary source. Pretty amazing. It doesn't happen very often. All right, and then let's go to my Twitter page at AlphaCharts365. And so I wrote this this week. If you follow me on Twitter, you probably saw it. Is this the point in the market cycle where everyone is talking on how bad things are going to get with the recession, inflation, housing, and employment? And is this part where the market starts to base and leaders start to break out? Keep an open mind. And I followed it up a little bit later and said, this post may be a little bit early, but there are signs that things are getting better. We could see an undercut of the recent lows and another 15% downside or potentially more, which would be significant. But, and again, that could bring us to extreme sentiment. We'll go over that in a second. But we're starting to see things that are starting to move sideways, things making bases, things showing accumulation. And I think that we need to start to really pay attention to those things. Okay. So just to give you an idea of, again, if you don't follow me on Twitter at AlphaCharts365, where I'm posting, things all week long. But so this is the backdrop from what I've been seeing this week. So let's start state of the market. I've yapped enough. All right. So starting with the SPX, what do we got here? Obviously, we know all the big head and shoulder stuff. We're still in a downtrend. There's no doubt about that, right? We have a declining 50, declining 200 day. But this is really important, I think. Look, so this low, even though it kind of undercut it, it rallied right back up to it. So on a closing basis, I guess it did kind of undercut it, but it rallied right back. And that's a very positive. So you had the inflation numbers, I believe, on this one. Rallied up, buyer showed up. right? Then we got the big gap up and move up and good volume on the SPX. So again, very positive price action at this point. We haven't made a higher high yet, right? I want to see, above this area, but again, I love the price action. Could we, come back down here and undercut and come down? Sure, we could, but as of right now, things are looking a little bit better. Longer term, still bearish, but this could be a tradable rally, and maybe more sideways movement could turn into something more. We won't know until after the fact, of course, but definitely keeping my eyes open on this one. And let's look at the RSP. RSP, similar style, did undercut, rallied back up, big gap up, didn't stay down there. Very positive. Never took out this low, so made a higher low compared to this low right here. So far, very positive price action. Nothing negative yet, even though the week was down. The last 3 days, very positive price action, and probably wasn't even down that much. The week was down, less than 1%. And very positive price action the last 3 days. So definitely something that I like. Looking at the Qs, Qs have this kind of like consolidation-ish area that it's working on. I'm going to get these out of the way so we can see price action more pure. Again, never undercut this low right here on the Qs. You have the 50-day literally right overhead. 300 has been my line in the sand. If you watch these videos, I've talked about the 300 level quite a bit. You got maybe 295, maybe 300, somewhere in there. So if price can get over that, that's a big deal. Right now, this next week is going to be key, because going back 50 bars is this white line right there. That's the 50 bar mark, right? So as things get, as days go on, 5 more days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right here, you're going to, if price can stay in this area, you're going to get this 50-day start to flatten out. Or if price can get into this, this greenish area, 50 days going to start to flatten out. Price above a flat to rising 50-day. Again, we notch the bullish, another check in the bullish category. If we get rejection like we did here and it rolls right back over, right, as the next week or week and a half or so moves through, then that's our negative. So we want to see how price reacts next time it touches this 50-day. I think it will touch the 50-day again. Now, does it rip through it, or does it get rejected and then roll back over? But I could definitely see how they're starting to get tight together. You know what? Over the next week to 10 days, there's a bullish scenario that could be, with these higher lows here, make a higher high, get above the 50-day. 50-day starts to flatten out. The shorter term start to move up. That's a bullish scenario. So we have to be eyes wide open to that. If we get this rollover here, that's the bearish scenario. And if, start to take out these lows, the 15% down, from here would bring us, actually it'd be probably closer to 20% if we did get a little more rise in here. Puts us back to this level. Okay. And that's our bearish scenario. And that's still out there. Right. And maybe that's a capitulation that the market needs. I don't know the answer to this. Right now it's a tradable rally potentially. And then we'll see. But this next week, a lot will be answered how we interact with this 50-day and if we roll over or if we don't. So I'm actually real excited to see what happens here. I'm still mostly cash, but I do have some pilot trades on of things that are starting to work because we have had some positive developments, but I'm still yellow light territory as we did last week. And I'm sticking to that as of right now. We'll see what at the end of this review if we're still in there, but I do like this. I think we need a little bit more information from what I'm seeing so far. Equal weights, very similar situation, held where it needed to hold, right? There's your 50-day, there's everything. Going back 50 days is right there, right? This bar right here. Let me get my right there. There's your 50 days back. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're right here, right? At the end of next week, if price can get a little more traction, make a higher high right there, you're right there. with a flat, potentially flat 50-day moving average. So again, that's some exciting potential developments on the equal weight as well. We'll see if that continues or not, or if this again rolls over like it has a lot of times when such as a 50-day. Okay, or we could even get something like this, right? It pops back above it, comes into this potential resistance, tradable rally, and then rolls over right there. That's possible too. IWM. I mean, I drew this line a long time ago. For whatever reason, price did respect it, filled this gap. That's where this line came from, undercut it a little bit, and came right back. Same type of scenario. We want to see this 50-day taken out. And just for funsies, let's put this 50-day on here, 42, 50. Boom. There's 50 days. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, brings us right into here. Again, if price gets a little traction, we'll love to see it above the 50-day and 50-day now flattening. That would be primo. We'll see if that continues. But again, so far, even though the week was down, we really didn't make a lower low nor lower high. So again, some more consolidation. IWO, here's IWO. Here's the 50-day. So let me get this out of the way, and boom, right at the 50-day, right? So we're going to see, this one's going to show us first, and that's kind of like what we want to see. IWO leading, right? 30, 50 is right there. There's your IWO right there, 50-day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 brings us all the way down to here. So if price does get some traction, you're going to see this continue to flatten out very quickly next week. And I think that is the really bullish scenario. Look how close these are together too. Love that. So again, a small pop up, and you see a big change in what these moving averages are going to look like, right? Now, if it rolls over, all that's off. So again, we have another week. So going into next week and even the end of July, that's when we could start to see potential changes. Look for IWO to potentially lead here, because again, look how close these are. It's not good. It could be Monday or Tuesday. You may start to see this 50-day flatten out, and these moving averages start to turn back up again. Right now, everything is flat, 50, and the price is right in between everything. So there's no signal here yet. But as the week develops, watch IWO. MDY. MDY, again, just like all the other ones, when you look at 50 days prior, it was a little bit late coming out. So I expect 50 days to be a little further back. And there it is, 50-day, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, price has a little more work to go on the mid caps, but all in all, similar type situation. All right, let's look at the individual subsectors. XLF, again, held where it had to. Okay, we want to look at the bullish scenario. Bullish scenario is XLF had to hold this area, right? Super important area, had to hold the area. It held. That is the bullish scenario. It has not made a higher high yet, but again, held where it had to. Breaks down, goes lower from here. That's the bearish scenario, but right now that didn't happen. Boom, you have this reversal bar right there and popped up. So it's saying, it said no. Buyer showed up. Love that. SMH. SMH did break down below this area and now is retesting it from the bottom. So if it can get back again above that 50-day, that's the bullish scenario. And we've had some very bullish price action. Again, a little soft on the volume, but very bullish price action for SMH. So that is definitely what we want to see. Again, back above the 50, 222. That's, about 3% or so higher. That's if we see a 3% move, heck, on the week, we had, the indexes were down, SMH up 3%, right? So 2 weeks in a row, SMH has been up 10% over the last 2 weeks. So right now it's a bear market, bounce. But if this does start to continue to lead higher, and could get above the 50-day, very bullish for the market overall, right? SMH leading, IWO potentially leading, right? Those are our leading indicators. Very, very, XLF stopped going down. That's bullish, right? Transports, TXN, again, transports leading. Look at the week. It was up 3.2%. Week before, up 4.71%. So transports leading out of this. That's bullish, right? Let's keep going. Housing, XHB leading out of this. Look at this, back to the 50-day. That's better than a lot of charts. It was up, okay, 0.5% on the week, but the prior week it was up, 3%. It's been up 4 weeks in a row. I mean, that's pretty good, right? So housing, which has been a total disaster, down, let's see how much from its peak, peak to trough, down 40%. Okay, starting to get some traction now. It's to the 50-day. We don't know if this will continue or not, but again, leading higher, that's a very positive. So we're seeing some really positive action in our key subsectors and the IWO. Again, they are not 100% conclusive yet, but we like what we see for sure. And listen, could this come back, roll over, make another higher low here, and then turn higher? All of them could do that, right? SMH could do that. It gave it room. There's room for it to roll over, make a higher low compared to this low right here, right? Still get people really bearish. If it goes down another 8, 9, 10%, and then and still be a very overall bullish scenario. Let's look at VIX, right? VIX coming in. Let's go ahead and just close off some of this stuff. Turn something on I don't want to turn on. Yeah. All right. So there's the VIX coming all the way back in. What the heck, man? How do I miss one of these every time? There you are, 5-day. All right. 24. All right. So now we're getting to a much more bullish range. I think anything under 27. Again, a nice undercut, right? We're gonna get a lower low. I love for it to keep coming in, but so far, again, this is a positive development. Looking at bond yields, right? Credit spreads. All right. So again, we still have loose price movement. There's no doubt about that. Loose price movement. But with that being said, we've had some improvement coming in here. Now, again, is it what I want to see? Nope, not exactly, but lower high, lower high, lower low, lower low. I'll take it. It's improving, and that's a positive, right? I don't know if we're gonna necessarily get a spike like this. We could, right? I mean, there's still a lot of risk out there, but we could be, could be like this, where it spiked up and then it kind of came back in. So we will see. But right now, credit spreads more constructive, we'll say. But call ratio, equity only. It never got too extreme. Again, does it have to? Maybe it doesn't have to. You got pretty damn close right over here. So maybe that was enough. Time will tell. But as of right now, in between right now, so no real signal on this. Value line geometric. Kind of held where it had to. I don't really look at that as much. It shows you the median stock. And I guess here's the positive right here, right? Higher low. That's pretty positive, actually. Look at that, higher low. Median stock made a higher low. That's a big deal, I think. Now, again, could this roll over and undercut and completely fall apart? It can, but it's a sign of being positive. Percent of stock under the 50-day moving average. Again, we had almost like a higher low right there, just barely, right? Got down pretty low. Didn't get down to under 10%. Didn't get to extreme. But it did make a slight higher low here. And now we are, doing, again, it's constructive, right? Love to get above 50%, right? That would be a higher high compared to this. And it'd be a very, very constructive looking pattern for percent of stocks above 50-day, which show the recovery. And we may get that next week if we get, a good start to the week. We can see this really start to move higher. We'd love to see some volume come back in. I know summer trading. Gold falling apart. That's probably a positive in this market, right? People are not super defensive, and we've been seeing this making lower highs and lower lows really since it peaked in March. Then in April, it made a lower high, and then it just started falling apart. That's, I think, a positive for the market. The safe haven is people aren't seeking it, or perceive safe haven at least. And Bitcoin. So is this a bear flag that is just building out? Maybe. I think that whichever way Bitcoin decides to break will be a nice indicator for the market. Again, from here to here, a 30% drop, that would bring us in that 14,000 range. If it breaks out, it could potentially pop 42% or so. Again, back to that 30,000, 29, 30,000 range. So Bitcoin is consolidating here. And again, its direction, if it happens over the weekend, that would be definitely may give you indication of what next week's going to bring. So summation is, and I forgot to bring my lights up, I still think we're in a yellow light territory. Let me see if I can do this real fast. Yellow light. There we go. Hope you guys could see that. If not, let me see if I can do it a different way. Open with and explore. Yeah, there we go. I'm sure you guys can see that now. Yellow light territory. State of the market is still unclear. I still think we're in a smaller position buys. I think that if someone wants to try, some pilot buys and things that are holding up well, there's definitely things in the market that are looking good, that are above their 50-day already, that are basing and breaking out. If they start to stop out, I would stay in cash again, because we may go and try to undercut those lows, or may make a higher low. We'll see, but definitely. And listen, longer term trend is still lower, so we do have to be careful with that. But with that being said, we may be in a tradable bottom, if not the bottom. I don't know if we're in the bottom. This is a bottom. Again, tradable rally, and we'll see. We'll see what happens, but good luck out there. Hope to see you guys at the Trader Lion conference. Again, it starts at 9 o'clock this morning, or 9:20 or something like that. I think 9 o'clock. Anyway, should be a great list of speakers right here. I'm Jared Tandler, David Ryan, John Boyk, Eric Wish, Justin Nielsen, Tom Basso, and Leif Soriad. Again, a great group of speakers. I go tomorrow, so please join it and check it out. Love to see your comments. If you guys learned anything, if I helped out, if I didn't, what you thought. So that'd be great. All right, y'all have a great day, and we will talk to you soon. Bye.